Good PML, it's your boy HD. I'm here with some picks of the week for the Sportsbook. Now that you have seen that they've gone away with public betting, we are going to try to help people out. We're going to try and bounce back and beat the books. We'll start with some sports books and then we'll go to some underdogs and some of the plays that I like. And then I'm going to have a lock of the week for both sportsbook and underdogs. So without further ado, we'll head over to the sportsbook. My first game is the Detroit Lions +8 against the Green Bay Packers. They had two close games. Well, I guess they had two score games, with the Packers winning both of them. But Detroit got better. I don't think the Packers really moved anywhere. So I see the Lions possibly winning. I'm at least going to take the +8 for the Lions. I feel really good about that one. I feel like Fallen's playing really well. He's 5-0. I think he's about ready to come close and compete with Hype Mike. Next we have the Chargers -10.5 against the Steelers. Now, I know the Steelers won the playoff game, but there was no Herbert. And I know the argument is, oh well, the Steelers didn't have their quarterback either. Their quarterback's not Justin Herbert. So I think that's gonna make a difference here for Codes. I really like this here. I don't think uh, Steelers are 2-3. Their two wins are against teams below 500, and their three losses are against teams with 5 and 4 wins. So don't really see this being a close game. I think the Chargers blowing out. And then finally, my lock for the sportsbook is the Colts money line. I put money on this one myself. He went 2-0 against the Jags last season. He's the underdog now. They're both struggling, but I think CB's on a little roll here, and the Jaguars are they're kind of mentally out of the game. So I like the Colts here, even with the mistakes that they've made, the turnovers that they've had. I think they're in a better place than the Jags right now. And after going 2-0 against them last year, I think that this is going to be a good place for them to go 3-0. And so I smashed the money line there for the Colts. Next up, we got underdogs now. I got three guys here. I got two running backs and a quarterback. One running back, Tony Pollard. His line is 100 rushing yards against the Bengals. Um, Now, I think the Bengals have only given this up once or twice this season, but he's a bottom 20 rush defense. Those other teams alternate running backs. The Cowboys do not. Tony Pollard gets majority of the carries, and Tony Pollard has beat this line 3 out of 5 games already this season. So that makes me feel really good about it. We all know, the Bengals are a bottom team right now. And I think Tony Pollard's gonna get his after we just seen him go crazy against two other top 15 defenses with the Packers and the Eagles themselves. So um, moving on, we'll go to a quarterback. We'll go to a quarterback now. Um, I got Baker Mayfield against the Panthers, going over his line of 305 yards. He has smashed this line the last 4 games. Week 1 it didn't happen, but the last 4 he smashed it. I think 3 of the games he beat it by 100 yards. Um, so I think Cammy's doing really well with Baker as it is. So I think I feel really good about this one. We'll see what happens. Carolina does have a top uh 10 defense, I think, passing. I think they're ranked 7th or ninth or something like that. But I think Cammy will stick to it, and I think he'll get it done. Finally, my lock. My lock is the running back Kenny Nwangu out of Minnesota. His rushing yards is only 83.5. I know that's low, but this would have hit 3 out of 5 games, and his production has gone down the last 3 weeks. It goes down more and more and more each week. He got 1 carry last week. He had 3 carries the week before. and the week before that he had like 10. So Kenny Nwangu is my lock for the under 83 rushing yards. Um, and they're going against Houston. Houston's got a good defense, so I think that kind of helps us out more. But I think they're going more running back. I think the running back two is kind of coming up and becoming the starter and getting majority of the carries, and that kind of just makes this obviously easy for me to pick. So those are my six bets and my two locks. Um, let's get back at the sports book. See y'all next week.